everyone, not Nick, just everyone, the blank void, the black tiles on Zoom. I'm talking to you because Nick isn't here. In fact, Nick's in at home, I guess, and I'm at home, but we just simply can't find the time to hook up. This hasn't happened before. 5 years, we've always found some time to, record the podcast and get it out there. And as you know, but this time we just didn't manage. We both have travel plans, international travel plans. We had some sickness, whatever the reason is, we just didn't manage. So here we are, and we have a gap to fill. But fear not, we found a little solution for to keep you entertained. So don't worry, we will keep up our new episodes every 2 weeks, and the next one is already scheduled. The next one is in the making. It'll be awesome with some fabulous guests that are coming. But for this week, what we decided to do is we went back to our own archive and looked at the episodes we produced so far because we're in our ninth season into our fifth year. We are nearing 100 episodes, and we realized some of you may not been with us from the start. You may have heard about it later. You just never got around to listen to all the episodes. So what we did is we looked back at some of the episodes that we have produced and just pick the top 5 episodes that we think is a good place to start. So they're roughly every second season, right? So we roughly pick one from each year. They're pretty popular, meaning that they are the most listened to as far as we can tell. But anyway, so if you want the 5 best episodes for getting started with our podcast, are the following. In the first year in season 2, we had an episode called The IS Field Has No Passion. It aired on 10 November 21, and it included Kalle Littinen from Case Western Reserve University, a very prolific scholar, but also a scholar that's been around for a long time. And with him, we talk about the history of the field. So if you want to know where we've come from and where we are and why we are in the place that we are and where we go from here, that is a great episode to learn more about the history of our field. A second episode that has proved to be very popular is from season 4, 12 October 22. The episode's called Writing Papers on How to Write Papers. Now, in that episode, we talk about a couple of editorials that have been published in leading journals that give writing advice and publishing advice, in AIMJ and JS and MI Quarterly and all the top journals about how to write papers and the little tricks that can be involved in making sure your paper gets published. That contains a bunch of useful advice, so that's a good place to start as well if you're interested. Third really good episode to learn more about our field is an episode from season 5, 17th of May 23. The episode's called The Big Five Theories from the Last Millennium. Now, in that episode, what Nick and I have done is we each picked 5 theories from the past that we think have left a mark and that are worth discussing. And we talk about them, right? So big 5 theories from the 80s and 90s, all the way up to the millennium. And if you really like this episode, we later produced another episode about the big 5 ideas for the next millennium, the sort of theoretical ideas and notions that we think are gonna be important for going forward. That's another episode. Right, that's 3. Recommendation number 4 is an episode from season 6, from 13 September 23. The episode is called Anything Qualitative Researchers Write Has Been Said Before. Now, that turned out to be a very, very, very popular episode, probably in the top 2 or top 3 of our episodes. It involves the brilliant Paul Leonardi from California. And with him, we talk about how to write and how to do and how to publish qualitative studies on technology and organizing. And, given how brilliant Paul is, this is just a jam-packed episode full of good ideas. And final recommendation that gets going with this podcast is an episode from season 7 from last year, from 10th of July 24, and it's called How to Do a Literature Review. Now, that one is truly the most downloaded and listened to episode, where we talk about different strategies and different review methodologies, from systematic reviews to qualitative reviews to integrative reviews to meta-analysis and all the different kinds of literature reviews. And that is apparently very, very popular and hopefully very useful to lots of scholars. So you find links to all these episodes in the description here. And so I hope, by clicking one of them and listening to one of these episodes, may you listen to it before. I mean, for me, this was an exercise in going back and listening to some of them again, which I hadn't done in years. So maybe you'll find them useful in rehearing them. Maybe this is a good place to get going on some topics we have discussed in the past, like theories, reviewing, literature analysis, the history of the field, and of course, writing papers. So I hope this is useful. As I said, in 2 weeks' time, we'll come up with a fresh new episode with guests on a new topic. And I hope this keeps you entertained until then. So, with no further ado, we'll see you next time.